Hello, welcome back to How Fred Does It. Today we're going to work on putting some lights on our RV cover up here at the lake. I've got four LED light bars that will go up on the beams facing down, two on each side of the trailer, and I've got three spotlights, one for the yard, one for the driveway, and one to point back towards my mom's trailer in the shed. And what we've got here is a battery box that I built for radio equipment. And there we go. Got her locked. Okay. So basically I built this battery box to go out and do weekend trips with my ham radio equipment. As you can see, I've got ability to hook a second battery, solar panel, VHF and HF radios through Anderson plugs. I've got a voltage meter here, 12 volt socket. This has USB plugs in it, and another 12 volt socket. But it's a little bit overkill for what I'm going to do here, but I'm going to reuse it because I want solar lights up here. And so inside we've got a solar charger. That was a fairly expensive one. As you can see it flashing slowly green, the solar panel is on, but it's pretty much fully charged and pretty overcast, so we're not really getting much charging right now. You can do this a whole lot less expensive, with a different brand. Some of those really inexpensive solar chargers can put off noise for HF radio, so I used a fairly expensive one. I think it was a little over $100, but it's pretty much guaranteed to be quiet, and it worked really good. I've also got a regular battery charger in here, as well as a little 300 watt inverter. So it's a little bit messy. It's gone through a couple of renditions, but everything's fused, everything's clean. And inside I've got two, I think they're 21 amp hour lead acid batteries. They're a sealed lead acid battery, so they can lay on their side. So I've got a little over 20 amp hours to run these lights without charging. And they've been around for a number of years now, probably 3 years or so. So we'll see how they go. But basically, what I'm going to do is these are all real low watt LED lights. These spots are 18 watts a piece, and I'm not even sure what these are rated, but they're pretty low draw. So I got just bought some speaker wire, probably not the best way, probably should be black and red, but wire's expensive right now. So I've got some 14.2, which size wise is way overkill for what we're doing, but I'm running 20-30 feet or more on some of these runs to the lights. I just didn't want any voltage drop, so we'll just staple that up in the rafters for now, and it should be fine. Such low current. But I've got some double switches here. I'll put them in a waterproof box, this gray box with a waterproof cover, and then I've got this junction box I'm going to use to splice all the wiring that's actually up in the rafters. So we'll get to it, and we'll bring you back here and there as we go along. Also want to show you the last night I put up a light. Put up a light up on the rafter up there. Probably pretty hard to see. There we go, get that gimbal to switch. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead here real quick. I bought these lights, but I wasn't sure how bright they would be. I didn't know if I was going to need all four on one side, or if I was going to need just one per section here. So it's hard to tell here, but there's the light I just temporaried up in there. So I'll put one in each section of the cover. So we've got these center posts here, so I've got essentially two sections on each side of the trailer. So I'll put one each of these on on the front, and or 2 on the front of the trailer, the side that I'm on, and then 2 on the back. So at night I can get to propane and electrical power and things like that. This trailer has very few lights on the other side, which is odd, but we'll get that fixed up. And then I've got spots. I'm going to put one here at the center post that points out here on the yard. When I put my cover up here, I'll you know, the lights will be a little bit shadowed from the yard, so when I take the dogs out at night, I want to be able to see them. And then I'll put another spot on the far end of the cover, pointing out towards Mom's trailer and the shed we got back there behind us where we keep our firewood. And then we'll put one more on the front, pointing down onto the driveway, so at night we can see the cars real well. And each one will be switched. We'll have 4 switches for most of these lights, so we can turn them on as needed. And we'll put that right here on this center pole right here, and then we're going to mount the battery box up under the roof there, and run the solar panel out over the edge onto the edge of the roof. I don't know that I'll be able to do that today. That wire for that solar panel is real small, and I don't think I have anything with me to splice that. It's too short, so you might have to do the solar panel another day. But that's the plan, and we'll bring you back as we go along and show you what we're doing. Well, we got the first light up and just temporary wired in. It's tested. That's looking pretty good. Oh, here we go. I got the box all wired up, or pretty much wired up. I got my switches in there. I've got 12 volts feeding one side, that side spliced together, and then I got 2 circuits going out, and there's 2 circuits going out, and 12 volts coming in on that side. And we've got you know, it's speaker wires, 14 gauge. Obviously this is not a 110 high voltage, or not high voltage, but regular household voltage installation. It's just solar and battery power, so it's going to be fine. And I've got labels made up. We'll label these up at the top in the junction box, and I think we're probably talking, with all these LED lights on, we're talking 4.5, 5 amps tops across all the lights. So plenty heavy wire, and I shouldn't have any problems worrying about current or anything like that on this. I got waterproof faceplate to go over this, so should be looking real good. I'll get these wires stapled up for now, and I may change my mind and rerun those with some PVC down the pole. We'll see, but for now this'll do for today. It's cold. I don't know what it is, low 40s. I think it's feeling mighty chilly. Wind is really blowing, a little lull in the wind at the moment, but it's just taken a lot longer than expected. I've got 2 lights up and down the ladder 400 times to get everything mounted and all the wiring stapled in nice and neat, and it's just taken a lot longer than expected, which is pretty much how it goes here on How Fred Does It. Everything takes 10 times longer than planned. But that's okay. We'll get her done and bring you back here when we start working on the junction box up top. Alright, so we got our box up here. You can see we got our wire running down to the other 2 lights. We got one underneath there and the one on the end that I showed earlier. So that came out pretty good. And what we've got here is we've got our 12 volt positive out to that would be the bottom light, the closest one, and then we got our 12 volts out to the this is up from the switch and out to the spotlight. We've got both of their grounds coming here to the ground bus. We've got temporary 12 volts coming in here, and yeah, there's a brown wire there. So what I did is use the twisted pair and run 12 volts down to the 2 switches, one brown, one yellow. I've got labels. I've got to come back and bring some lugs this stranded wire on here is not great, and I didn't bring my crimp-ons, clamp, you know, the squeezable lugs, so I'll redo these here next time and put some actual lugs in there, and get these all labeled up, because it is a little confusing as it is, but it's so windy out here trying to deal with all that. I just gonna button it up for today, and we'll come back and we'll put two more, another light on the bottom of that beam, another spot on the end, and then on the far side we'll do two more lights, one between each set of posts over there. So but that's enough for today. We're pushing 4 o'clock. It'll probably start getting dark here in a little while. I gotta wrap up and take care of the puppies. So we'll go ahead and put the cap on this, and we'll call it a show for now. I'll come back once it's dark and flip the lights on, and we'll see how it looks. Alright, before I call it a day, I figured I'd bring you back. There's my box up there, and I just kind of run this down, run the wire. I don't know how well you can see that being as I'm looking out into the light, but this is just temporary battery power. I just have it run over here to my battery box for now, just to test it out tonight. We'll mount that eventually. And here's my switches. I got these two working, so that runs the bottom light there, and then the other one runs the spotlight, which you can't see right now. And these two will run lights on the back of the trailer and a spotlight on the far end of the cover. So but we'll do those another day, but that's all in good shape for now. Well, it's not fully dark, but it's getting there pretty quick, and I think you can see we got pretty good light. We got plenty of light for the trailer to see what you're doing there, and it looks like the spotlight's going to work pretty good. It's lighting up the driveway real well where I normally park, so I'm pretty happy with that. We'll add another light there in between the back two posts and light up that area for the trailer, and then we'll put another spotlight on the back that points out there towards the shed and the wood pile in the back. I don't know if it's too dark you can see much there, but we'll put another spotlight pointing that direction, and we'll have two more lights like the strip lights on the far side of the trailer, so they can be operated, turned on when I need them, when I've got to get to utilities, power or water or anything on the far side of the trailer. So well, that's how Fred does it. We'll have a part 2 someday when we get the rest of the lights up, and also got to put a tarp up there, and put a tarp that goes across, it's about 24-foot long tarp that'll hang down off the front of that and be propped up when it's raining, or if we need more shade. So there you go. We'll see you all again real soon. Take care.